hello, hello. I'm pretty sure mine is up. We didn't have any issues in Tier 3. Let's hope that's the same. As Slayer retired from the session.
Yeah, so Slayer's not going to be able to improve his lap time. Neither is Baldguy. And before we cut away, you saw that Ethab actually went up to pole position. So Ethab, he's in the 29s. And I can confirm that I can hear my audio. So the fix has been resolved.
We have
Zach is now the main commentator. Sorry for the confusion, everyone, but we're back.
Yeah, we are back. That is just... In my opinion, it doesn't matter who's main comm. As long as the stream is up and running with no issues, I'm fine with that. Yeah, like you said, Ethab was able to get in the 29s. The only driver so far in the session to get in the 29s. Will DXD have anything to say about it? Yes, he will. Goes up to pole for 29.6. Over 3 tenths ahead of Ethab and almost a second ahead of everyone else.
Yeah, but another person that's actually on a lap time, who actually just started a lap time, currently sitting P4, Ichigo. I mean, not Ichigo. What am I saying? Sorry, I meant to say Phantom. Does he set a purple sector 1, though, is the question. No, he doesn't.
No, he does not. He only improves by a tenth and a half. Let's see if he made a bad mistake in sector 2 or sector 3, or he simply does not have the pace to keep up with DXD and Ethab. And Ethab is done with qualifying, so is Tacos. Those two will not be able to contend with Ethab's pole or even have a lap time to say anything about it. But Phantom going through the fast chicane through there. Let's see if he goes purple sector 2. Yes, he does. He's up by 7 tenths. Now put him at a 29.8. Yes, I'm correct. Only 2 tenths down in Ethab, going into sector, not Ethab, excuse me, DXD, we're both making mistakes over here. In sector, going into sector 3. Let's see if Phantom will be able to improve by 2 tenths. Gets a nice apex through there. Now you're going to have to go into the slow left to right in the lap. You have to get the best exit that you can. You cannot get any wheel spin, especially through on the exit up here. Let's see if he gets any wheel spin. No, he does not. He gets a really good exit. Now it's just a straight line to the start finish line. Let's see if he goes pole. And he goes, barely misses out. 5/1000ths of a second. He lost out to Ichigo.
That is quite a close margin. I don't know if anybody else is this lap time. Slowly is actually on a lap time coming around the final couple of corners. He has kept it valid. He still, like I said, he still has to set a lap time, which Slowly actually, if you guys don't know, is actually RJL. He only goes up to P15, but that is going to be it for qualifying. And Ichigo setting the Ichigo and Phantom, they're on the front row. Ichigo getting his first pole position.
Yeah, it seems like that the momentum after the Canadian Grand Prix has really went into DXD's favor. It's like you said before we had to switch over, that DXD has the momentum on his side. Let's see, he wins at Canada, gets pole at France. Let's see if he's able to repeat and go back-to-back.
Yeah, we'll have to see. Ichigo showing exactly what he is made of. And if we look back over to his stats as of recently, ever since he joined in Monaco, he has had top 7 finishes. He got a podium in Monaco, P7 in Baku, and then, of course, the win last week. He is definitely on form. And, well, he's showing it up there. But if you look who's in P2 and P4. Alfa Romeo. So Alfa Romeo are looking pretty pacey.
100%. It seems like Alfa Romeo, even the constructors, are the team to beat, I believe. You'll have to fact check me since you're already at the standings. So
and fact check you, I will, because Alfa Romeo are indeed leading the standings with 106 points, thanks to Phantom's 105, and then Redeemer's 1 point. But Redeemer stepping it up now, so he's definitely showing. Only 8 points, though, ahead of Ferrari. Ferrari, which consists of Baldguy and, if I'm not mistaken, of Fluky. So, Ferrari could possibly get something of this if Alfa Romeo were to buckle down to the pressure. We're also going to have to watch out for Red Bull, because Red Bull, they have KP21 and RJL. Some decent drivers there. But you know who's also coming up in the order? AlphaTauri, as they have Janesb and Father Corn. Both of them have shown that they have massive pace. So we could see a potential contender for this.
Yeah, this will be an interesting battle for the constructors, but in my opinion, I don't really care about pace. I only care about how consistent you can be. Over a span of 27 laps here at France, if you're consistent, you keep it on the tarmac, you don't get any penalties, guess what? Your result will benefit you massively. We saw it Canada with Ron last week in Tier 3, and we even saw it with him again like an hour ago now. And also with Katra. Katra did not get a time penalty, was able to secure the win, but now I'm expecting a repeat of that, but in Tier 4.
Yeah, we'll have to see. Strategy will play off, penalties will play off, anything can play off, even a safety car, as Tier 4 has actually had a lot of safety cars if you look back at the previous races. So we'll see how that will affect strategy, and could that possibly help everyone in the top 10, since everyone in the top 10 has to start on the allocated tire that they qualified on, which were all the soft compound of tire. So 11th down have free choice of tire, and just by looking at it, everyone is selecting mediums, except for Fluky and Frizy. Fluky going on to the softs, and Frizy going on to the hards. So as those two will play out, we'll have to see.
Yeah, by the tires everyone is choosing, it is not going to be a wet race. Fortunately for the drivers, but unfortunate for the viewers of the... I'm not saying that it won't be an entertaining race, but rain definitely helps. But the formation lap is now underway, with DXD ICHIGO leading the pack of 18 other drivers. Carbon is the tail end of the field in the Aston Martin. Was not able to get a lap time in, and he's on the mediums, and he doesn't actually have an element. I'm surprised that he hasn't gotten disqualified yet because of
it. That's dangerous, man. You can't do that.
You can't do that. He can't do that.
Just Codemasters things. But yeah, like you said, Carbon at the back. Carbon has not had a good run at all. Basically, he's either DNF'd or has not started a race. And same goes for Aston Martin, actually, if you look at it. Aston Martin, they only have 3 points to their name. And Hallbob definitely has pace, but I guess by the looks of things, he's definitely been caught up in incidents, so that has not helped him at all. So Aston Martin, they are way behind in the standings. They're gonna have to pick it up and just keep their nose clean if they want to make their way back up. It's still, I would still say early days. It is round 8 though. We'll have to see, but yeah, it's just not gone well for the team that basically brand James Bond.
Yeah, they're finishing up Sector 2 now in the formation lap, but really, I'm just excited. As Father Corn's got disqualified, actually. Oh, that's not gonna help out his soft compounded tire. They're gonna be freezing. They're gonna be based off Antarctica for the first lap or so, as I would not be surprised if he falls down the order due to cold tires. As what happened? Oh, that's actually an incident?
What's going on here?
Carbon?
Yeah, Carbon and Frizy having a bit of a moment. I don't know what's going on there, but they're gonna have to try and climb their way back up. Maybe they're trying to play it smart and fall really back so that fall really far behind so that they can push their way up, and that way their tires will be really warm. I don't know. But it was definitely a weird situation between those two drivers. But they haven't been disqualified, which is ideal. But we actually have someone way off, and that is Redeemer, who has spun it. Redeemer, that's another one, buddy.
Man, who cares? It's just formation lap. You don't get damage.
I care. I'm counting his spins.
No, you can't do that to the poor guy. Formation laps don't count.
He did it. Nah. A spin is a spin. I don't care.
Nah. Now, formation lap is finishing up as we're going to look at Carbon as he is going to be in the final grid slot.
It's going to be interesting how all these drivers can mitigate pretty much whatever's thrown at them.
Yeah, it really is. Now we're just waiting for everyone to load in. And now everyone's loaded in. 4 red lights, 5 red lights. And it's lights out. And away we go as DXD gets a decent start, but Phantom does not. And gets gets loose. He's able to save the car. Fortunately for everyone else, because if not, that would have been a huge collision. As now everyone is falling up and down the order. DXD is able to get away, but that's a yellow flag. That's slow and steady, and Janesb's off.
Yeah, he just got caught up by a Williams. I think it might have been Tacos or Avi. I'm not entirely sure, but a little bit of contact between them, and now he's completely down the order, down in P18. That's not gone well for the man sitting P2 in the standings. But the one that's definitely worked out well for is, well, really your race leader.
They're going 3 wide on the back straight from P11 between Carbon, Fluky, and Baldguy. Carbon's off. Oh, he's bouncing all over the curbs. I don't know what's happening right now, but this is really fun to watch. There's a yellow flag. I don't know who that is for. I believe that's for someone in the back, and Frizy hits Baldguy. I'm not sure if that's wing damage. I have to check, and he lets Avi and Sprightly through. Actually, he does have wing damage. He's lifting to let everyone through, as there's a little... And Slayer's off. He's way off the track.
I think he got caught up between Ethab and Tacos. I'm not entirely sure, but he's completely spun off. And now he has fallen all the way down to P16. I don't know if he has damage or not. Doesn't look like it, but it has not gone well for the Alpine. It's not gone well for him. It also hasn't gone well for Baldguy as well. So a lot of drivers on this first lap already being caught off guard.
Yep, as I said in qualifying, you got to keep it on tarmac. You got to make the least mistakes as everyone else around you. As Slayer, Baldguy, and Freezy are in, all for wing changes. I would have to assume Slayer's in for wing damage. Carbon gets a 3-second time penalty for exceeding track limits. Frizy gets a wing damage, so does Baldguy. So the top lowest 3 guys are in fact in for a wing change.
They're just going to try and hope that there is a safety car later on in this race. Obviously, the safety car in Tier 4 has been pretty prominent. It's happened in, I think, almost every single race except for Monaco, which is pretty ironic if you think about it. But they're just going to have to sit back and just log laps, really. But meanwhile, back over at front, Ichigo's pulled a second on your championship leader of Phantom. So Ichigo having a great time out in front.
Yeah, and Valkyrie's looking for a move on the lowest step on the podium, which is P3, and is off! Valkyrie is off! That's close to being a dangerous re-entry. Fortunately for Valkyrie, he was nowhere near anyone when he came back down, and now that will probably go in the stewards portal between Redeemer and Valkyrie is now out of the points, letting everyone through. Now, if this helps anyone, it helps Phantom and DXD, because they have no one in the mirror to look out for except for Taco looking for a move on Redeemer. Yes, he is. That was a great move, but now Redeemer's under pressure by Ethab. Is Ethab gonna look for a move on Taco?
Oh my gosh, he could possibly look for it.
Yes, he will. He's going on the inside. The contact, Taco had to go off track twice. Will Ethan look for a move? He's not using the ERS, so no, he will not go through there. Now, DRS, after lap 3, the DRS will be enabled, a drag reduction system. As I said in Tier 3, you will gain 10 kilometers 5 miles an hour with the DRS. Now, Ethan will have the ERS. He will have the DRS, so that would mean he have the overspeed. Now, Ethan has the DRS. He does not use the ERS actually at all. He thinks he will get Tacos here. Now he gets overspeed. He is going to look for a move. And Taco sends it. Taco's barely able to make the corner. Ethan for a switchback. Taco's on that curb. Gets a little bit of a tank snapper. Ethan is looking for a move. And will he get around him? And yes, he does. Taco's lets Ethab through.
I think Ethab wasn't really using ERS because he was possibly hoping for Tacos to maybe make a mistake. Tacos didn't exactly make a mistake, but he went wide because he thought Ethab was just going to cut right on the inside. But Ethab, playing it safe, playing it smart, he just decides to stay behind and then get him in the next couple of corners, catch him off guard. So that was very smart planning from the Alpine driver. I saw further back that Father Korn and KB21, they were battling a little bit. I think Father Korn just wasn't able to get past the Red Bull, but yeah, bunch of battles going down right now. But the top 2 still staying stationary, as if you actually look, the top 3 are separated by 4 seconds, 2 seconds between each.
Yeah, as I was saying that, there's a battle going on between Hoblob and Aston Martin and Fluky in the Scuderia Ferrari. Fluky had to get a 3-second time penalty, and Hoblob gets a 3-second. Oh, he's pushing him. And we saw this in Tier 3 between Ron Swanson and Walking Chaos. You cannot be pushing people. This is not NASCAR. As in their interviews, you can tell Ron was frustrated about it. I bet Fluky will do the same. As Carbon is off. He's using the RS. He goes way off track, actually. As we're going to look back on that battle, and Hoblob and Fluky. Hoblob's looking for it, and I think Fluky just let him through with the overspeed.
Yep, obviously DRS being very powerful in these cars, and Fluky knew they just could not fight that. I saw what happened.
Battle between...
Oh, yeah,
sorry to interrupt you, but Father Corn and KP21 are going at it. Will contact be made? Yes, there is. KP1's off, and he's out of the Grand Prix.
Could that possibly cause a safety car? Redeemer gets a 3-second time penalty. Yeah, the yellow flag in sector 3, that kind of seems like a safe place for him to be, as nobody really goes off except for when there's contact. By the looks of it, there is no safety car, so the race will stay as it is. But yeah, KP21.
There's another battle going on between Ethab. Oh, my controller just died, actually. You have to take over.
Okay, that I will do, but Phantom is actually into the pits after lap 4, so he is possibly going to go for an undercut on Ichigo. Thinking that those softs are just not entirely working, he's going to go onto the medium compound of tire. And, well, we'll see how he can manage to close up the gap between himself and your race leader, who has stayed out. But yeah, Father Corn, who actually pitted as well, just getting caught up between KP21, a little bit of contact that didn't exactly go well. But I actually saw, I was going to say before, but I actually had the Carbon before. It just seems like he's making quite a lot of mistakes right now, as either it's understeer or just not entirely having the best of the car. As Avi actually goes really deep on the exit of turn 7, that's going to allow Carbon to sail past and up into the points-paying positions for now. Remember, he has that 3-second time penalty, as Carbon now slots in ahead of Avi, but brakes really late, but still manages to make the corner. So that is Carbon up into the points-paying positions. And remember what I said before, Aston Martin, they were having a bit of a lackluster race. Look where they are right now. They're P6 and P10.
Yeah, something they do definitely need, as Tacos is on the rear gearbox of Ethab, looking for P number 2. Phantom, as you said, boxed early, maybe doing the 2-stop, soft, medium, or soft, medium. We're about to find out when I change to the tires, and it will be soft, medium Phantom, unless he does soft, medium, soft, as Tacos will get the DRS on Ethab. Ethab trying to break the slipstream. Tacos has 85 DRS. Ethab, I believe, has, no, that's DXD. Ethab has 70 ERS, and Tacos has 90. So Tacos has the ERS advantage for the battle of P2, or provisionally P3, I should say, after Phantom boxed. Now the gap is at barely above 2/10. He's on the rear gearbox as Carbon gets another 3-second time penalty, as Tacos will 100% have the overspeed with the ERS and DRS advantage. Oh, Phantom's off. You're correct about that. Does he have any wing damage? No, he does not. It was a simple spin. Now go back on the battle between Tacos and Ethab. He gets to overspeed, and Tacos will not be able to do anything about it, as he was too far behind Ethab, and Ethab will get on the curve, and Tacos is going to look for a move around the outside. You see it twice now. Going through this corner, there's been a collision. One resulting in a spin and another resulting in a DNF, and Ethab does not fight it, and now Tacos is up to P2.
I think he knew what happened between Father Corn and KP21 before, so he knew that there was a huge risk going wheel to wheel through that corner. So he just decides, no, I'm just gonna let Tacos by and just get back past him on the DRS straight. So he's playing it very, very safe. I was about to note before Phantom spun, though, is that Redeemer actually pitted right after Phantom pitted the lap after. But now that Redeemer is the lead Alfa Romeo now. We'll see how that pays off, as both Tacos and Ethab are actually into the pits. So they're going to get off those soft compounded tires. And as of now, it is going to be weird as heck for me to say this, a Haas 1-2.
Wow, man.
Things you would never hear in realistic. Sorry, Axe.
Poor Axe. Is that it's a yellow flag? That may be Frizy, or no? It looks like it may have just been a false yellow. Because that can happen. I'm trying to see the battles as Redeemer gets ahead of Ethab actually. Oh, that was close. I barely saw that. I thought that was Redeemer off, but now Redeemer is up ahead of Ethab and barely behind Tacos. And I bet Redeemer, and Taco gets a 3-second time penalty. That will be absolutely crucial at the end of this Grand Prix, 100%. As Redeemer will get DRS on Tacos and Ethab will get DRS on Redeemer. We saw in Tier 3 between Catra, Walking Cast, and Ron. That seems you've gotten that DRS trio. No one can move anywhere except for the middle guy because he's able to get a run. And the guy that doesn't have DRS in, Redeemer's looking for it. Dives down the outside. There's contact. He's around.
Small contact, rear wheel to front wheel, and Redeemer coming off worse. And it's just not gone well for him. I was about to say that Redeemer was, he got really close to Tacos before. Sorry, I'm kind of stuttering a little bit. But Redeemer had the inside going into turn 1 since Tacos was just coming out of the pits. But Tacos just managing to come out ahead of Redeemer, so they were just playing it safe. Does one note, Ichigo's in the pits.
Yeah, I was about to say, he's in for the mediums. It seems like everyone's trying to stretch it out, or maybe doing the 2-stop on top medium. We will see as Fluky's in. That's a yellow flag. That's an Alfa Romeo. Is that Redeemer? Yes, it is.
No. That's another one. Sorry.
That's all I hear. Oh, that's another one.
I'm sorry. He jokingly said it. I took his word for it and I did it. I'm sorry, but a guy's got to do what a guy's got to do. I just want to note, though, when Ichigo pitted, he's come out over 5 seconds ahead of Taco. So Ichigo, he definitely had the pace on the sauce despite the sauce flying off, and now he's on the back of the Red Bull of Slooney, who was previously RJL, let's not forget, in which he is on the back of Carbon in P5. Is Ichigo going to send on the inside? Yes, he does indeed.
Yes, he does.
He's going to break really late and gets the move done, manages to make the corner, and that's Ichigo up into P6, so Ichigo's wasting no time getting past these drivers as Carbon, the car in front of him, gets a 30-second time penalty, and now that adds up to 12 seconds for the Aston Martin. That is not what he wants, as it's only lap 8, so time penalties are definitely going to play crucial, and Carbon is just pushing his luck a little bit too much.
Yeah, it seemed like while I was on board with DXD, it seems like he was leaving to get the tires warmed up. As he gets a huge run on Carbon. I believe on that dive bomb through this fat chicane, I would just believe that the Red Bull just DXD by. And Carbon almost misses the corner and goes into pit lane a little bit. As now they're going wheel to wheel. Carbon will not have DRS and Carbon just lets him through. Actually, he gets a tank slapper.
I was just noting what Ichigo did earlier before that. He was actually like kind of letting off and going on the brakes a little bit, staying clear of Carbon, and then Carbon made that mistake on the penultimate corner that allowed Ichigo to get the run and then just easily go around the outside of the final corner, which was a bit of a crazy move if I'm being honest, but he made it work and there was no contact made between the two drivers. So Ichigo playing it smart, playing it safe as does many other drivers, and he is now up into P5. Provisionally, he won, so he is definitely making the most on those mediums, as I think as of now, he is around 4 seconds ahead of Tacos, as Tacos has actually gotten past Carbon and up into P7, but this is actually helping Ichigo, because Ichigo, he no longer has to deal with traffic, because the next traffic is like 4 seconds ahead, so he's just going to want to build that gap ahead of Tacos right now.
Yep, it seems like Dixie has no time penalties whatsoever, and that's a yellow flag. That is a McLaren, I believe. That's Sprightly. So that helps DXD out even more. So he has one less car to negotiate, even if he does catch up to him. As the next guy ahead is Janesb on the 8-lap mediums.
Yeah, and I just want to note, the contact between Redeemer and Tacos. Redeemer actually lost force feedback, so that did not help him prior to that contact. He's down in P14. He can still definitely get something out of this. We'll have to see. But I think that is Slooney and Carbon now into the pits to get off the medium compounded tires, which is an interesting call. Slooney goes on another set of mediums. What does Carbon do? He goes on a set. Actually, he changes his front wing and he goes on a set of mediums as well. So I guess Garmin got damaged at one point. I think it might have been hitting the wall at the exit of the final corner. But yeah, that just hasn't gone well for the Aston Martin driver. But he's still in this race, and there's still a long way to go.
Yeah, 100%. Something I'd like to note, the battle between P5 and Ethab and Taco. This is basically the battle for P2. Ethab has the DRS and the ERS. Actually, they're equal on the ERS. Excuse me, as Taco just lets Ethab through. That's a yellow flag. That is an Alpine, I believe.
Slayer.
Yes, it was Slayer. Does he have any wing damage?
I'm not entirely sure. He was very close to that wall though. He's going to come back onto the track very safely indeed. Slots in between Bald Guy and Redeemer. Does want to know, Tacos actually just got past Ethab, so I think Ethab may have made a mistake, and now Tacos is back up into P5. So these two, I wouldn't say they're causing havoc between the two, but they are losing time to Ichigo. They are trying everything to gain, but now that's Hobwob into the pits. He gets a 5-second penalty for it, though. But yeah, Hobwob is now into the pits. What tire does he climb? The yellow flag. Fluky!
He's out of the Grand Prix. That's a safety car.
Oh, that's gonna help. That's gonna help Shredder and Janesb. Janesb, look, he's up in P2. He hasn't pitted yet. This could prove very crucial. What tire will they go on? That's the question.
What? Oh, yeah. Oh, at this point, you gotta go on the hards, really. They can make it from the end of the Grand Prix. Perfect time as well. That's the only thing I can think of, unless you're doing the two-stop, and now with the safety car, you're gonna lose too much time. You have to do the hards.
I'm just looking. Look how many people are already bolting on the hard compounded tires. Hobwob, Sprightly, Bald Guy, Slayer, they're all on hards. They are all gambling to just go long. Redeemer and Frizy, though, going opposite, and they're going to go into the mediums. We'll see how that pays off. But I'm really just looking out for Shredder and Janesb because they both haven't pitted yet. P1 and P2. And Shredder, if anything, is actually gaining the most because he's 11 seconds ahead of Janesb. He could gain a lot in this. He could possibly be up with his teammate.
Valkyrie gets a drive-through penalty, does not help out his Grand Prix whatsoever. And I was looking at the race director, and Janesb and Shredder started on the medium, so they can, if they're doing the two-stop, they'd go back on the mediums, but I would not be surprised if both of them go on the hards.
Shredder is in. I will let you know as soon as possible. Does Janesb follow suit? Yes, he does indeed. So both of them are into the pits. I'll let you know what tire Shredder goes on as he's going to slide up in his Haas pit box. And those are the hard compound of tires.
Oh,
so there
no!
it is.
DXD is in the pit lane. He's going to get held up.
That is a very interesting call, actually, from him. He's actually going to go on another set of mediums.
To be honest with you, that is really smart because I was talking about when I said people need to go on the hards. I was talking about the people that started on the mediums.
I just noticed something. Janesb has gone onto the soft compounded tire. He has to pit again.
Oh, a risky gamble. I do say so myself, but this is going to be equivalent of winning the lottery. If he gets the safety car at the most perfect time, he's allowed to go back on the soft compounded tire. That will just be golden for him. That's what he's hoping for at this point. Now, DXD ICHIGO, P5, Taco's leading with Phantom, with Shredder, and Hobwob now back down to ICHIGO. All four of them have time penalties, and everyone has a mixed tire set, except for Janesb, which is on the softs.
It's going to be interesting how that plays out. Obviously, Ichigo was being caught a little bit by Ethab and Tacos. Tacos now leading this Grand Prix, but he is on 5-lap old mediums. Ichigo and Ethab on brand new mediums. But they're going to have to be careful considering what tire Janesb is on, as the pace difference between the softs and the mediums is over a second, especially when they're brand new. So Janesb, he's going to be absolutely flying, and he's going to want to get past these drivers, no doubt, as he knows for a fact that he is faster than all these drivers. Remember, he is sitting P2 in the standings. He's going to want to get ahead of who's currently P2 on track right now, which is your championship leader, BRL Phantom. He's the one he's looking out for. And Phantom, he's in a decent position, but does he have to pit again?
At this point, the safety car laps, you need as much safety car laps as you need in order to preserve the tire life and have more to use in the chamber at the end, but it seems like the safety car will probably go in next time by.
We shall see, but it seems to be exactly that.
Who is that? That's Tacos.
I think he might go on to another set of medium compounded tires, likewise what Ichigo and EFAB did. So he is aware of what those two drivers have done, but he's going to lose a lot of positions. He's going to go down to possibly P14.
Go to the rear of the field.
He's going to be P14, maybe P15. What car does he go on? Yep, I called it. He's on the mediums.
He's out now. He's going to be behind Redeemer, but ahead of Frizy. So he's down all the way at P15. You hate to see it really, but this is going to be really fun to look out for as Taco's making his way up through the field.
Yeah, but the problem for him though is that the people that he was battling, he's down to P15. The people that he was battling, he should go and eat that. They're in the top 5, so that's lost him so much time. As I don't think he suspected that they were going to pit into another compounded tire, and Taco's just getting completely caught out. He has pitted again, though. I suspect he will go to the end, but he's going to have to be really careful because, 1, he does have 6 seconds worth of penalties, but 2, there will no doubt probably be a lot of carnage after when the safety car goes in. Oh!
Bald guy gets a 5-second time penalty with severe collision. There's Slayer, and Slayer also has a 5-second. I wouldn't be surprised if the bald guy tries to get that removed. Trying to see if he has any wing damage or not. I don't believe so.
Yes, he does.
Actually, yes, he does. Part of his front wing is chipped. I see that.
Yeah, that's going to lose him a lot of time, so he might have to pit again. Safety car is in this lap. I presume that bald guy is definitely going to get that removed. He does have 5 seconds, but he is going to get that removed, and, well, he will be back down to no penalties. He's one of the few drivers that technically does not have a track penalty. That also being Sloon, Janesb, EFAB, and Ichigo. And if you've seen previous races, Bald guy going on the ultra strat, and somebody spawned actually. Hold on a minute.
That's DXD!
He spawned on the exit. I think he just put in too much power, but now he's slotted into P10, P9.
It's P10. It's P10.
That's lost him a lot of time. That's not how.
That's gonna benefit Tacos.
Yes, that is gonna help Tacos.
Not interrupting you, but that's gonna great look out for. 2 drivers making their way up through the field, and Phantom will go. Let's see. He's waiting long, and he goes now. He's able to catch that off a little bit, and there's a little position changes as someone is in the pit lane. Is that Slayer? Yes, it is. So I'm trying to see. Ichigo is in a battle. I believe he is. No, he's not. Actually, it's just a hornet's nest back here, really. It's from Slooney, Father Corner, DXD, and all back. That's a yellow flag. That is Frizy. As Father Corn and Slooney are going at it, actually. As no collision yet, as Ichigo's looking for a move, and he gets around Slooney. Is that contact? Yes, it is, I believe. But now, DXD is going to use the battery. Same with Father Corn. DXD is still using the battery. Father Corn isn't. DXD is going to get over speed. He's going to look for the move. Uses ERS. And he's going to go diving down the inside. Father Corn pinches him out, and DXD backs out of it. DXD is going to try and go for the switchback and wasn't able to get the run, and Carbon gets another 3-second time penalty. As I believe that's Tacos is off.
Oh, that is, yeah. I think he spun it on the exit of 10, which turn 10 has actually been a little bit of a tricky corner, surprisingly, considering the fact that there is, obviously, that curb is not entirely proving well for other drivers. So I saw further up ahead, up in the P corner, P5, Janesb got past EFAB. I believe that EFAB just let Janesb by. But now Janesb is looking for a move on Hoblob. He thought about it in the ultimate corner. He's more than looking. He's going to try to go around the outside of the final corner. Doesn't quite make the move stick. There's a yellow flag further behind us for Valkyrie. But Janesb, he's got the overspeed on Hoblob. He's got the DRS. No, sorry, he doesn't have the DRS. He has the ERS, and he sails past the Aston Martin. And no doubt, I believe Bob just tried to let him by. Further back, though, Ichigo has actually got past Father Gordon and now up into P7, so he's not trying to make up for his mistake as he's only 2 positions behind the person he was racing before, which is Ethab, in which Ethab is looking for a move on Hobwob as well. Hobwob just not entirely getting those hards to really work for him right now, but he's going to try and possibly go for a move around turn 7. He goes really wide. That's not going to help him, but they are now going wheel to wheel on the final straight. Ethab on the right, Hobwob on the left. Is Ethab going to possibly try and pull a late braking move? But Sprightly's looking a little bit interested. Ethab goes round the outside of Hobwob, makes the corner, and now Ethab is up into P4.
Oh, it is
and
a
possibly
hornet's nest back
P2.
here.
Oh,
We're
yeah.
going 3 wide. Does contact. Dixie backs out of it before collision's made. That is really smart from the Haas of Dixie. Ichigo Sprightly gets a snap of oversteer. Somehow Hobwob doesn't hit him. Dixie's looking for a move on the inside. Rides the curb, and Hobwob lets him through. Dixie's up in the P6. Now he's on the rear gearbox of the McLaren. Will he look for a move? He's looking for it. Ooh, that's really close. He's on the rear gearbox. He's going to be looking for a move. No, really, Dixie hasn't lost much time, really. Oh, he's on the back of Sprightly. Almost hits the back of him. Almost hits the back of him again. Just really close but clean racing from the guys in Tier 4 in the Breakout Racing League. As Dixie's looking on the outside. He's on the right. Sprightly's trying to pinch him off. He's on the left. As they're going to go 3 wheel to wheel in turn 1. Sprightly uses the ERS. Dixie does not. Dixie tries to look for a switchback. He's not able to get it.
He does not want to be stuck behind Sprightly any longer, as remember, he's technically battling Ethab, as Ethab was directly behind him before he had that spin at turn 12. So he's trying to make up for that, and Sprightly's holding him up on those 5-lap old hards. So he's trying everything to get past it, and Sprightly is just making the car an absolute brick wall right now. But now Ichigo has the DRS. He is using ERS. I suspect he's trying to sail past McLaren right now on the left-hand side. Does he sail past? He does have a little bit of defending to do, but he is up into P5 and crucially behind who he was racing before, Ethab.
That is absolutely crucial. DXD almost went from riches to rags, but backed out of it and was to avoid a collision as he and Sprightly got locked wheels there, and Sprightly was starting the turn, and DXD backed out of it in time as Phantom gets another 3-second time penalty.
That's not going to help us race this Shredder. So right up the back of the spin, and that's Sprightly. Sprightly is off.
Does he have any wing damage? But I can't focus on that as we have a 3-way battle for the lead between Janesb, Shredder, and Phantom. Shredder and Janesb have DRS on Phantom. Shredder's too far back. Janesb is trying to look for a move. He's not able to get it done. He's going to try and go for a switchback. Hits the curb and almost spins out with the tame slapper, but is able to save it and doesn't lose much time as this helps out DXD and Ethab 100%. Now, DXD is in Ethab's DRS actually. DXD has 40 ERS, Ethab has 85. So Ethab definitely has the ERS advantage in case it does come to that. As Slayer gets the fastest lap of the Grand Prix with a 33 flat. I don't think DXD is going to be looking for a move right now. As there's a battle for P2 between Janesb and Shredder. I did not see that, but Shredder tried to go defensive, but Janesb was able to get around DXD ICHIGO. Not DXD ICHIGO. Shredder, excuse me, I'm getting the hostage mixed up. Janesb also doesn't have a helmet. And now...
I'm just looking further back. There was a lot of commotion for the battle for 9, off. And that's a spin. That is Carbon. Carbon was being overtaken by Baldguy before. And wait a minute. Further up ahead, Ichi goes past.
Did Ethab let DXD through? That is my question.
I'm not entirely sure, but that promotes Ichigo back up into P4. We're going to try and catch up to his teammate who benefited the most out of that safety car. He's now running up in P3 and is ideally on the back of the train being led by Phantom for the time being. Janesb, though, P2, he's going to try and overtake Phantom.
He's for a move.
He's going to go to the left-hand side. It's very close. Janesb just backs out of it. He knew it was a risky move, and Phantom will hold position for the time being. But this is going to help Ichigo ever so much more as he is on the fresher mediums compared to Phantom. And the more Phantom holds them up, Ichigo is going to close as much as possible. Meanwhile, further back, Baldguy is now past Avi and up into P8. And although he has a 5-second, he's probably going to have that removed, so that is going to stick for the time being. And now he's going to try and chase after the Aston Martin of Hobwob.
Yeah, something I like to point out is that Janesb is starting to struggle on these softs, but has the overspeed on Phantom. Using the ERS, all that he has, and he's going to look on the outside, go to the right-hand side, and Phantom lets him through. And now we have a leader change. It was Phantom, now it's Janesb. That's a yellow flag. Who is that? Is that Avi? Oh, that's not Avi, actually. Who is that?
It's Etha. It was Etha.
Oh, that's not good for Ethab, as there is a huge, absolutely huge battle going on for P9 right now between Slooney, Paco's Redeemer, and Avi. But we're trying to look for a battle for the lead, really, between Janesb, Phantom, and Shredder. Now, DXD is just barely above the 2-second mark. He needs, in order to get that DRS, you have to be less than a second behind someone else to get that DRS, the drag reduction system.
Yeah, what's hurting him too is that the 3 in front of him do have DRS, except for Janesb, who's obviously leading this pack. But the 2 in front of him definitely do have DRS, and that's not helping him on the straights. He's definitely gaining on them in the corners due to the fact that he's on the better compound. But he's going to have to catch Shredder as much as possible. Remember, Shredder is his teammate. They do not want to battle if they want some great points for Haas. But last week, they had P1 and I think P5, so it's great momentum for them. Right now, the Phantom's minions are starting to fall off. So are Janesb's softs. So they are going to want to keep it smooth. They're going to want to keep it calm. They could possibly get a 1-2 out of this if they keep their nose clean.
100%. DXD is only 2/10 out of the DRS range, but this won't help because this is a long straight. Phantom doesn't even have DRS. Not DRS, and Shredder's going to look for a move, backs out of it. Phantom goes a little bit wide due to him going defensive. Now this helps DXD if anything. Now he's even in the DRS. This Crusade Ethan is able to get around Hobwob. Now, DXD's flirting with the DRS range. He needs this DRS in order to stay in contention for the race win, as Janesb is already a 2nd and 6/10 ahead of these guys. So now DXD needs to get around these guys as quick as possible.
He can do that, but I think he's also aware that obviously Janesb, he's on those softs, he'll no doubt have to pit again. And due to the fact that you said before that Janesb might be wanting a safety car, right now that's not happening. So Ichigo, if anything, he can just sit behind these 2 drivers because he knows that both of them have penalties. Shredder with 3, Phantom with 6. As long as he just stays within the DRS, he is safe. And he's weaving left and right across the track. I think he knows. I think he's playing it safe. He's kind of reading my mind right now.
Yeah. Seems like the 2. I think if I'm DXD here, I think I sit in the wings for at least a lap here. See what my teammate can do, because the teammate is the last guy you don't want to mess around with. Because
they do not, as if you make contact with them. Obviously, that's going to hurt the team, but that's also going to hurt your chances. And right now, they are in a brilliant chance right now, currently sitting in the top 4 right now, both of them, and it's on merit as well. Shredder has a DRS on Phantom, but it's not going to be enough unless he's definitely using that ERS. I think he's just letting him know that. Yeah, I think Shredder's just letting Phantom know that he is definitely in the mirrors. He has a pace. But look at this, Ichigo's actually going for a move on Shredder. Is Shredder going to let Ichigo by? Yes, he has.
Yes, he does.
So there we go. The Haas's have switched, and that is crucial. And Ichigo weaving in front of Shredder as a way to say thank you. He's letting him know it's just like, this could prove crucial. Just sit behind. Just wait. Something could happen here.
Yeah, something I have noticed is that even with all the battling going on, Phantom has caught a half a second on Janesb. So 100% these softs are starting to die out now. So all you have to do is just basically stay in that trio DRS, and Phantom's in actually. Now that lets the Haas's go free and just fly in sky really until they catch up to Janesb. And DXD's gaining already a 2/10 on Janesb with that DRS.
Yeah, it's interesting that Phantom went into the pits. I suspect that he thinks that those mediums are absolutely done for. I think he's gone up to the soft compound tire now. Yes, he has. So Phantom possibly going to go for fastest lap, but that's going to fall. That's going to make him go all the way down to P15 behind the Mercedes and the Aston Martin Carbon. Actually, no, he's lost between the 2 drivers, so that's a little close. But ideally, he is still in shot of possible points. He's already getting past Carbon right now, though, on the inside at turn 3. Cuts the corner, though. That is not what you want to see. And Carbon actually gets a 3-second time penalty, now flirting with 20 seconds. Carbon, he's extending a little bit too much. It's not what he wants. But Phantom is now up into P13, but is not going to beat points right now.
Battle for P7 between Tacos and Bald Guy. Tacos just, I think Bald Guy just let Tacos through. Sorry for interrupting you once again. I saw the gap going down. I knew that he was looking for a move. And Redeemer's around. He's in the wall.
I think no. I don't see any damage visually, but as to whether that will be certain damage, oh, and that might be considered a safe re-entry, as Carbon actually spun off as well, and he's lost his front wing completely. I'm not sure what's happened to the Aston Martin. He is not DNF, but that has fallen down back into P17, and we'll have to pit again. The Aston Martin is not having a good time. He was running decently, but now it's all falling apart. But the other Aston Martin sitting in P6 right now. He may have 8 seconds, but right now he is sitting out rather comfortable right now. We'll have to see how that pans out as we're on lap 22, 27. The closing laps are coming in. And if you look, Ichigo, he is right on the back of the AlphaTauri of Janesb.
Yeah, he's already in the DRS range, and it's closing quickly with his teammate Shredder right behind him. He's already at 4/10. He's going to look for a move here. Yeah, he's already using the ERS even before they got on the launch straight. Now, DXD will have the overspeed with the drag reduction system. He's going to be looking for a move. Will Janesb let DXD go? Yes, he does. And now DXD re-inherits the lead of the French Grand Prix. And now all you have to do is just set sights as now, like you said before, we will probably see a Haas 1-2. I cannot believe I'm saying this, but there's a legitimate chance. No way a Haas 1-2 is about to happen.
You know it's the F1 game when. You usually would never see that, but... Oh.
Yeah, Phantom's already back up in the points. So he's definitely going for fastest lap 100%. It will be absolutely crucial in the championship. Even though it's early days, like you said, but every point matters, no matter the stage of the championship battle. And Janesb is in, and he's in. He will go on the softs 100%.
Yep, so he will probably, he'll challenge Phantom for the fastest lap as well, but as to where he will come out in comparison to Phantom, we'll have to wait and see. As remember, these two are championship leaders. Yellow flag slightly. What's happened there?
That's... What did I say? What did I say about James being on the soft the first time?
If only he was out for one more lap. If only. Because that has actually screwed him over. But actually, it screwed him over. But it could also help him as well. Because if you think about it, everyone in front of him has to pit. He's going to sit in P10. He's directly behind his teammate. Yes, they are actually. Redeemer is the lead person to go into the pits. Actually, no, Frizy is. So Frizy is going into the pits. Everyone is going onto the soft compounded tire. What will the Haas boys do? Because they're sitting first and second. I think Ichigo might just play it safe. I think he's going to go onto the soft compounded tire, and I think Shredder's going to have to back off a lot here because Shredder's going to get held up, and that'll follow suit because if you look behind, Father Korn, he's sitting there in P3, and Ethab doesn't have any penalties. He's in P4. With the fact that Shredder and Father Korn both have 6 seconds, he is, by the time they all catch the safety car, he's provisionally P2 if everyone else pits.
Yeah, this is something Haas did not need for the 1-2. It's only one driver will benefit from this, but my question is, will Shredder stay out? Because let's see. Yes, no, he doesn't. He stayed out.
That was questionable. I'm sorry. I'm not sure what's going on there, but yes, Shredder stayed out. That's a very interesting call. Father Korn is in. Ethab is in. Does Hobwop? Yes, Hobwop is in as well. Everyone is basically going into the pits right now.
I guarantee
Shredder's
you
going to be absolutely vulnerable.
This is 100% a tactical play. What he's going to do, he's probably going to let DXD through with ease because what's the point of fighting your teammate when you have a penalty and he doesn't and he's on the superior tire? And Baldguy actually stays out.
Look at him at P2 now all of a sudden. Baldguy is like on the ultimate. He's up at P2. What's going on there? And Phantom! Look at him, he's up at P3!
Wow. This is be a wild finish. We went from the Haas 1-2 to a chance of So
Turn it over real quick.
this is
Janesb is in P5. He does not have the penalty. He needs to get past Ichigo and get just left behind. And his teammate, I mean, not his teammate, his championship rival, he's in P3 with 6 seconds. This could prove crucial for the championship lead.
This really is. Now, the question
How
is,
things change in
this
a
is gonna
matter
be-
of seconds.
this is going to be a 2-lap dash.
Oh, yeah.
I would not be surprised if I'm Shredder. I would not be surprised if he parks it like a bus. That way DXD can get through everyone else. Because he has 6 seconds. BaldguyRacin has 5 seconds set. There's a chance that he will remove. Phantom has 6 seconds. DXD is provisionally ahead of Phantom and Shredder. We know that for a fact. I would say BaldguyRacin, but there's a chance that he can get that penalty removed. So we're not going to say him unless I'm proven wrong by the stewards later on. If he does try and get rid of the 5 seconds. So, wow, we went from thinking Ethab was in the golden seat to now thinking that Janesb even has a... Everyone has a shot that doesn't have a time penalty. Everyone that doesn't have a time penalty shot to win this
And
competition.
that only goes to 4 people, which is Ichigo, Janesb, Ethab, and Slooney. Can we see? I think the podium is going to be those who do not have the time penalty, which is going to be Ichigo, Janesb, and possibly Ethab. But as to what the order will be, I'm not entirely sure. I think Janesb could possibly try and overtake Ichigo here and just absolutely blitz past everyone, because if you saw in the sauce before, he was just overtaking everybody like it was nothing, basically.
Yeah, but something I do want to point out, though, is that on the tires, Phantom's tires 4 laps old, DXD's 1 lap old. It's a completely fresh set. Janesb's at 2 laps. Everyone else until you get down to Fryzy's fresh. Avi's 3 laps, Redeemer's 2, Valkyrie's 2, Slayer's 2, and Carbon's 3. So DXD, Fathercorn, Cruz, Ethab, Hobwob, Slooney, and Tacos. They have fresh sets. They will have the upper hand here.
They definitely will. The safety car will no doubt be coming into this race. We still have 2 laps of racing. Anything can go now. Shredder, he's going to park it like an absolute bus, try and possibly cause some carnage behind for this Haas 1-2. He's going to have to be really careful, though, because obviously the soft guys there are going to climb with the order. But I have no, like you said before, I suspect that Shredder's going to let Ichigo by. I mean, why wouldn't he? Same car. Much better pace. It just wouldn't be a question, but as to when, I'm not entirely sure. It's going to be...
Safety car is in this lap. Hoo-hoo. I would get your vocal cords ready for this. We're about to be screaming. I guarantee it. So...
I think my vocal cords were already gone after F2, after what happened. Do you think I want them gone again?
Yeah, probably. If we're in for an exciting finish, you probably want the vocal cords to be gone.
Yeah,
I mean,
right.
I need it. I need it anyway. I need to hit puberty as soon as possible, bro. I need it.
Fair enough.
I need it. Come on, bro.
Yeah.
So we're on spectating with Shredder, 13 lap hards. To be fair, this is around the window where the hards would come in anyway. So everyone basically is on equal ground. As Shredder will probably try and go as late as possible. Really trying to go here. No, he does not. He will wait until the main straight. And he goes now. Gets a little bit of wheel spin. Only 3/10 of drift. Oh! DXD got a good run coming out of the corner. Is he going to be looking for a move on Phantom? He's going to be down on the inside. No, he does not. BaldguyRacin misses the corner now. Phantom's technically boxed in. DXD going for a switchback. They're going 3 wide.
Almost.
They're going 3 wide. DXD has to back out of it. So does Phantom. So Phantom gets another 3-second time penalty. Phantom gets around BaldguyRacin. Now DXD will be looking for a move on BaldguyRacin. DXD gets around BaldguyRacin. So now DXD will be your provisional winner since he got around BaldguyRacin. As there's a battle going on between
Ethab's got 3 seconds. Hang on a minute. Ethab's got 3 seconds now, so that's not going to help him at all as they're nearly going 3 wide again. Ethab going to try and go around the outside of the corner. There's a bit of contact between the 2 drivers.
Oh, there's
Ethab,
contact.
There's even more contact. Yeah, Ethab, I think, is going to get the better of the corner. Yes, he does. So Ethab is now up into P5. But that 3 seconds, that's hurt him, as that's going to allow Janesb to climb up the order. But Ichigo is definitely sitting pretty right now. He just has to play it safe. But by the looks of it, if anything, he's actually pushing. Like, look how close he is to the back of Phantom. To the back, though, Janesb has actually gotten past Father Corn. I think that may have been a bit of team orders, as Janesb has proven to be the faster driver. Yeah, these drivers are absolutely pushing it. Ichigo's really close to the back. That is for Carbon. I think we should probably settle on the lead for now. Ichigo nearly had a look at the final corner.
Yeah, now we're going on the final lap of the Grand Prix. Shredder, the Haas, is leading. Let's see here, 6 seconds worth of time penalties, but ahead of Phantom, 9 seconds, and DXD, which is penalty-free. Slayer gets the fastest lap of a 32.8. So now, if I'm DXD, I wouldn't even try to make a attempt on Phantom. Don't put yourself in a situation where you can crash out and lose this Grand Prix, as he actually almost hits Phantom. He's looking for a move. Oh, he made contact. Is that damage? I don't believe so. But we're going to have to wait and see. Will Phantom look for a move on Shredder? He's going to be using all the battery. Shredder trying to break the slipstream. Has made one weave. He's made a second now. As that's a yellow flag. Look, Redeemer's out of the Grand Prix. And so is Valkyrie.
There's a lot of cars off of the track. Valkyrie's out. Redeemer is out. Obviously,
Shredder lost a car. Oh, yes, Taco's around.
Yes, it is. Oh my! What is happening right now?
I don't know.
Oh.
Taco's out. Oh, is that a retire on track?
Yes, it is, but I think we should focus on the bigger picture right now. Because of what's going on within the top three. Ichigo is sending it on his teammate. There's no need for him to do this. He's gonna do it anyways. But Ichigo is most likely gonna win this Grand Prix. He's definitely gonna win this Grand Prix right now.
Yeah, he will. No time penalties. Doesn't even matter now if he gets it. Go through the final corner now. Phantom will win the race on track, but it will be DXD ICHIGO who will go back to back and will win the French Grand Prix.
It's the Haas podium! No, we don't.
No! Oh, that was close to a Haas podium. Ethab loses out to P2 by 0.2 of a second. Zeno, have you ever...
I think you might have got out there, not entirely sure, but if you're gonna ask have I ever seen a finish quite like that, I don't know.
No,
I've seen a lot of crazy finishes. This one's definitely up there.
Have you ever, Gino? Have you ever?
What, just lost my voice?
No, you don't get it. I have to teach you.
No, I don't get it.
You don't.
I don't know, but nonetheless,
I'm disappointed. I am so disappointed, actually.
Oh, whatever.
How do you not get that? How do you not get that?
My brain is gone. Okay, just leave me alone, please.
No, I'm not leaving you alone.
Pain.
You can't forget that phrase. You cannot forget that phrase. I don't care if you don't even know it. I don't care. You need to know the phrase, bro. It is perfect for situations like that, as we will get our podium finishers in here with DXD in the Haas getting the win. Penalty free, Janesb in the AlphaTauri, the Australian gets P2 as Crusade, Ethab will get P3 in the Alpine with 3 seconds worth of time penalties.
Yeah, what a finish, needless to say. Yeah, Ichigo, he had that moment in the safety car, yet he's still able to pull through, so he's definitely made the most out of all that. And I just want to know something real quick. I'm going to take a look right now. Janesb, he's finished P2. He's gotten 18 points. Phantom is down in P6. That's 8 points. As of right now, they are tied on points for the championship lead between Phantom and Janesb. That is insane. That is insane.
Oh, wow. What in a race.
I'm at a loss.
I love how me and DXD went from commentating Tier 3 to me commentating his win. I've been with DXD through the up and downs already. I take credit. I take full credit for that win. I take full credit. I taught him how to win this race totally.
Just for the record, I don't think Janesb will be able to join us due to the fact that I don't think he has a mic, if I am not mistaken. So it'll just be the two drivers of Ethab and Ichigo.
Alrighty. You will get P3 and I'll get P1. to wait. Hey, the game actually loaded this time, and I can actually go in the showroom without restarting my game.
The scenes!
Let's go! We're making gains. We're making gains out here. Hello? Alright, we can hear you. Is this game loading any slower?
I just left the lobby. The lobby just crashed on me.
We shall go off to interview and just be a little bit patient.
Yeah, I made it to the showroom. Zeno, you can start off interviews.
Alrighty then, I guess I will. Obviously, we will start with who finished P3 in this race, which was Ethab. Ethab, I know that last week you got P3. Well, you've gone back to back here, and well, what a way to do it. Although you did manage to get a 3-second, you were still able to hold off a lot of people. May have had a couple moments, but nonetheless, it was still a very worthy drive of a podium. Tell us, how did you feel going through that entire race, all the chaos that went through, and how did you manage all that?
I mean, honestly, I just kept my head down, kept on doing what I was doing. I was holding up a couple of drivers for a good reason. And then after Ichigo cashed up to me, I just let him go so he can just carry me through.
That answers my question. I was gonna ask if you let DXD through before that last safety car. But
I did.
That answers my question.
Yeah. And then taking that fastest lap was actually quite helpful for the points right now.
I'm so glad you got fastest lap.
I know, I'm happy. The more penalties that Phantom picks up, the less points that he's gonna get.
Yeah, because if not for that, if Phantom did have the fastest lap, Phantom would have had 1 point ahead of Janesb, but now they're tied, so you just made things a lot more interesting with that, so thank you.
It's our main goal right now, try to make it interesting. Throw a curveball.
Main goal.
Oh, then there you go. Yeah, you go ahead, Zach.
I have one last question for you, Ethab. Next week, we go into the Red Bull Ring, which is also known as Austria. How do you feel about your pace and your confidence, knowing that you do have momentum on your side?
I'm not letting Phantom win.
bit of bad blood right here, I can tell.
I'm going for that championship.
No, we just don't want him to win.
Yeah. Yep.
Anti-Phantom gang. This post was made by Ethab and DXD ICHIGO.
Yeah, well done to you, Ethab, on your P3, your second P3 in a row, and once again, you definitely did it in style. We shall move on to P1, and well, I suspect that you definitely want to take this one, Zach.
Yep, DXD ICHIGO. Just, let's look at the time here. Just 2 hours before this race, we were alongside of each other, commentating Tier 3. Now in Tier 4, you were able to take home the victory here at the French Grand Prix. Even with that moment under safety car, I may ask, what happened there? And did you keep your head down the whole time and just got the win that way, or just tell me your thoughts?
Yeah, I was trying to warm up my tires, and I just spun like a complete idiot. I was saying some explicits for like 10 seconds, and then I just got my head. I was so pissed. Ethan was there. I was so pissed. But yeah, I kept my head down. I knew I was fast. I'm not gonna lie to you. I knew I was gonna win the race. Like as soon as we got to France, I'm like, I'm winning this race. I'm winning this race, no matter what. The pace was good. Qualifying was meh. I was like 5/10 down on my PB, so I still got pole, which was good. Had to jump on Phantom, and then brought the gap up to about 2 seconds. He pitted a bit earlier than I thought he would, which I knew would help me and my tires later on in the race, so I extended the softs in the first stint. Then the mediums came, and then, yeah, the safety car, embarrassing moment from the ball task. Then I made some really good overtakes. I was having a lot of fun recovering. And then it was going to be an easy win once James pitted, but then the safety car came out, and then my engineers, just want to shout out Ron and Raph, they said I should pit for softs like in Canada, and it worked. I think I still would have won the race even staying out on the mediums, but the softs made it more entertaining. I wanted the win
It was a very
on track.
entertaining race.
It was very entertaining. Unfortunately, Ethan tapped me and lost some places, but he still got the podium. I felt so bad. Surprisingly, considering we both spun, we really came back. And yeah, good teamwork from Ethan, unofficial teammates. And yeah, more points off Phantom because Phantom bottled again with his penalties and just bottling in general. More of that for the entire season. Like, get this championship, something. But yeah, good race. I'm very, very happy with that. This is the track I wanted to win at. The 3 previous tracks I hate with a passion, and I won at one of them, got a podium at the other. So yeah, Austria, I'm not looking forward to that. I haven't done any practice, but the last 4 F1 games to top anything, it's gonna be a tough race. Just try my best and hope for some solid points.
You have any questions for DXD ICHIGO?
I have 2, actually.
Ooh.
Obviously, I'll just get one straight off the bat. Obviously, Haas had another great weekend with you finishing in P1 once again, and your teammate Shredder finishing up in P4. But the question I want to ask about that one is there possibly going to be a Haas double podium soon by the way things are going? So, what are your thoughts on that?
I really hope so. I think it's possible. Shredder had some great pace throughout the race, doing the one-stop, which I was a bit surprised by, considering I wasn't expecting the hards to be that good. But he stuck with me for 2 or 3 laps, and then the hards really dropped off. But he still got a really good solid position. Without those penalties, he probably could have got a podium. So kudos to him, and I hope we get that double podium, because I think we really can challenge for this championship. Redeemer hasn't had the best of luck, and that's really allowing us to try and catch up to Alfa Romeo. And yeah, I hope we get the constructors, because I think it's really important, because Haas probably won't get that in real life anytime soon, so we might as well do it.
Doing something that Haas
joke about
F1
that a
can't.
little bit. And the second question I want to ask, obviously, I would say it's kind of like the elephant in the room. Obviously, ever since you joined in Monaco, you got your first podium there. Azerbaijan, obviously not one to talk about, but the last 2 races, you have won both of them back to back, and ideally, you also got your first pole position as well. Could this possibly be a sign that you are definitely going to be a definite challenger, needless to say, considering the fact that, as of right now, you're definitely at the front? Do you think that you could possibly get even more wins?
Yeah, definitely. I don't know how many. We have a lot of races this season, and I'm not good at a lot of the tracks. Too many. We're gonna be here until March, I think. But a couple more wins. I really just need wins. I need back-to-back wins if I want to catch up to Phantom and James. But this is a good start. This is a way better start to the season than I thought I would get. I was expecting pole, but I don't think I was really. I don't know. I wasn't expecting it, but I was, especially around here. But yeah, I think I can challenge for the champ. I know I can challenge for the championship. It's just a matter of being consistent, which I haven't done in the 3 seasons I've been here. Cough cough, tier 2. But yeah, well, consistent in terms of points. A 1-point gap between 2 seasons, but I just need to be consistent, like I was at the start of Tier 2 last season, those first 6 races. And this is a good start. I just need to keep consistent. That's all I can do. And Phantom to keep bottling, and Janes to oversleep more so I can catch up.
It's only happened once, but we'll see how that goes on. But the momentum is definitely... Oh, okay, yeah.
Yep.
But the momentum is definitely picking up for you, needless to say. I can't wait to see how the rest of the season pays off. Obviously, like you said, there's a lot of rounds left to go, as we have 24. So we'll see how that goes on, but it's definitely looking promising for you. Zach, do you have any other questions for him?
Nope, I do not, and it is time for the dreadful end of the stream. This concludes Friday's day of racing for the Breakout Racing
Laura
League.
caca.
Ethan, I can't. But anyway, this concludes Friday's night of racing for the Breakout Racing League. Tomorrow we have Tier 1 and the Tier 2, the fastest guys in the league will be going at it here at La Castellet, at Paul Ricard, at France, obviously. But if you're not in the
Now
F1...
we're racing at Saudi Arabia, what do you mean?
Yeah, I don't
We're
know.
in a different
100%.
time zone.
I apologize, guys. We're racing outside of Arabia, but if you're not in the F1, then guess what? You have ACC Xbox streamed by Axe F1 on Sundays, 7 p.m. Eastern. I will make sure that you watch the stream, bro. Yeah, you get the point. You better come and watch. I'm gonna say a corny like YouTube intro where like.
No, stop. Just end the stream
Yeah.
already, man.
End the stream. End the stream.
Yeah.
End the stream.
It's over.
See y'all.
Bye, everyone.
Tier
Yeah,
1, Tier 2.
see,
I hope you
Tier
have
1,
a good
Tier
night,
2
guys.